Yeah, it's going up tonight, y'all. I say it's going to fuck up tonight, y'all. No Other Way Media Podcast is fucking going up tonight. It's your boy G9 tuned in, and we got a special guest for y'all tonight.
It's only one.
I say we got a special guest in the building for y'all tonight.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes, sir.
CB, man.
Yes, sir. So, man, we gonna jump right into this thing, man. First of all, we want to thank you, man, because you could have been anywhere today, man. So, welcome. You know what I'm saying? You know, we know you was a little bit jittery and nervous, but we gonna get through this motherfucker today, man, because we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir.
But before we do that, man, we got a ritual that we do on here, right? We like to celebrate our guests, man, by handing them this bottle. You pop this bottle open, and we gonna get this interview started, baby.
All right.
All right.
Now, while you popping that bottle open, why don't you go ahead and tell us, tell the people who are tuned in who we got on No Other Way Media Podcast tonight.
My name Tyrone Buckley.
Okay.
To the mic.
My fault. My name Tyrone Buckley. A lot of people also know me as Blick 'em Down Bone on Facebook.
Okay.
Bone.
It's a name that my cousin and one of my friends had gave me. I had my old page was Grass Barber Buckley.
Okay.
And, you know, men being men, I was doing some stuff on it, and she was my girlfriend at the time, but my wife, she got access to the page.
Mm-hmm.
And so I called Facebook and told them I needed them to turn it off.
Well, that's, yeah. I see.
Yeah, so, and so then I deleted that page, and I was creating another one, and we were sitting around, and I got a little brother. That's the original Blick 'em Down, and they was like, man, you should call yourself Blick 'em Down Bone. And it was my cousin Q2, and he took the phone from me, like he was like, and he entered the name or whatever. And so that's how I ended up with my Facebook name.
Okay.
Ran with it.
Yeah, and just ran with it, you know, and so then I played a part, you know, a lot of people, they'll see me on videos or whatever, and I'll be like, you know. Yeah, you know, like, man, 50 years old, you running around still.
Maybe B.
So man, let the people know where you from and how was your upbringing.
I'm from here. I was born and raised here. I had a rough upbringing, but I didn't have to, if that makes sense. I had a middle class family that I was born into, but for whatever reason, I wanted to run in the streets, run with my friends. Funny story, I remember when I was a kid, my grandma and my mother, they used to pay the older kids money to try to catch me on Sundays. Get me to go to church. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's funny.
You know, I knew Sunday morning I had to get up and hit it because otherwise I'd be stuck in church.
Right.
And so, yeah, that became a thing that we later on joked about. You know, the older kids used to chase me, and he was like, man, you should run track, boy. You older kids, they can't even catch you. Especially I come up out my shoes. Yeah.
Right. That was the best run. You got that
Right.
track shit. What'd your parents do for a living?
Okay, so my dad, he worked that case, but so turns out when I was born, like my mom, she used to, well, not my mom, but my grandma, because my mom was like a airplane pilot, so she was kind of always
That's
on
dope.
go. So it was my grandma.
That's
she,
real dope, man.
For real.
Yeah.
Drop a bomb for mom.
Got to drop a bomb for mom.
And my grandparents, kind of raised me, so to speak. I had a dad who was here, but for whatever reason, he really didn't mess with me. So, you know, that is what it is. I grew up without a father, pretty much. The streets was my father, as I used to joke and say. But like my grandfather, it's a lot of things even to this day that he used to tell me, you know, growing up, or I would say beat it into me, you know, when I was a kid. And I do stuff, he beat you. Boy, you better, you know, this and that or whatever. And it's funny because a lot of the way I move is based off a lot of the stuff that he told me that was gonna happen or that I was gonna run into or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my granddad. Thanks. You know, he even at the, you know, growing up, I looked at it was like, man, dude hate me, you know what I'm saying? He always ride me or whatever.
Tough love.
Yeah, but as I got older, you know, I thank him for what, you know, what he did for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
In spite of my dad, you know, he lived right here in the town all my life. I've never seen the inside of his house till he got killed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I was
That's
probably
crazy.
like, he got killed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I think it was like, I was probably around 43 or something. His stepson had killed him in Georgetown on my birthday.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's deep, man.
That's crazy.
And so,
That's real. So what side of town do you identify with? As I'm saying, when you was
do I
as,
identify
when you was,
with?
Yeah,
What's
when you was
the
being
plan?
brought up. So what side of town was you raised on?
It's funny
in
you
Racine?
ask me that because being who I am, and I didn't have the normal childhood. You know, I got hooked on drugs at a very, very early age, and I found myself on all sides of town. You know, I say I'm from Racine. You know, 'cause I done hustled on the north side. You know, I used to be in on Marquette Drive by Buffy shit, you know what I'm saying? I done been on the Hilltop before it was the Hilltop, the ATT before it was that, you know what I'm saying? But I come up on 6th Street, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got shot. I was selling dope in 18th Street Park when I got shot as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I'm from Racine, you know what I'm saying? I'll go all over. I didn't subscribe to necessarily the don't go on this side of town or not. You know, I was you know, I was on drugs. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for dope. You know, so that you know, it wasn't a matter at that point. It wasn't a matter of he from this gang or that gang, or whatever. Like so. I don't know, that kind of really, even though I was a GD as a kid growing up in the gang and stuff, I don't know, for whatever reason, that just, because I was a dog in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, I just didn't, early on, I probably subscribed to them boundaries, but once I started being in the streets or whatever, that didn't affect me.
Right. So man, let's get into death, man. Let us know about who is Tyrone versus T-Bone, man. The people so they have a clear vision of the two.
Interesting.
Very
real interesting. You was talking your ass off, boy. Let's get that sloop now.
I'm gonna keep it 100. You know, we'll start with T-Bone.
Okay.
That sound like the dude you was talking about earlier.
Yeah, T-Bone was. I don't know how to describe him. I just know that I used to hear people talk about me to me, if that makes sense. I'll give you an example. Because I used to do a lot of robbing and stuff to get drugs and whatnot, get the clothes, cars, whatever you want to call it. And so I had a reputation for it. And one time I was on 12th, and so out there doing my thing or whatever. Guy trying to leave. He said, "Hey man, you finna get up out of here? You cool?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well man, you know T-Bone and Knockout around here robbing people." Like,
I'm sorry, that's
good, right?
shit.
So I'm like, man, did I hear what he said? Like,
Okay.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, that nigga T-Bone and Knockout, man, they around here robbing everybody. Like, you good? I'm like, I'm straight. I got my pole, whatever. He was like, all right, I didn't even wake him up, right? But, you know, it was kind of like,
funny.
you know, a reflection.
Damn.
I'm like, damn.
That's what they be saying.
Right. Like, you know, so I'm really gotta go stealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I spent. A lot of people don't really know me in Racine. I've been here all my life, but due to me doing drugs and stuff, I really didn't come out. I really didn't come out in public and get known like that. And so that's why a lot of the younger people don't really know me. It's like somebody I just popped up out of the obscurity for a lot of people. They like, who is this cat? You know, or whatever. And then when they see I'm kin to a lot of the people, their friends, or you know, I might be their father, their uncle.
Right.
And they're like, who is this dude? You know, I'm really like an untold story.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, or I'm a told story, but I'm an untold story.
Yeah.
You know, as far as coming from me, and so with that, you know, T-Bone, he was who I used to be.
Okay.
He was the person that, and it's strange that I say this, but he is the person that made me who I am today.
That's growth.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Through the trials and tribulations of being T-Bone, I emerged as this person. Another funny thing to say is, I don't think I would be who I am if I hadn't went to prison.
Okay. It changed you.
Yeah. Well, it gave me time to, you know, as they say, find yourself.
Yeah.
You know, learn your strength, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Reflect.
Yeah. And so, going to prison, I found Tyrone. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
But then once I found him, you know, I come out and it's like, okay, I'm Tyrone, but now you got to deal with what T-Bone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm living with today. But today, Tyrone, I'm a husband.
Okay.
Am I a good husband? I mean, I think I am, but I
have to ask your wife.
I mean, I mean, do I make mistakes? Yeah, I'm not
Absolutely.
perfect.
I wish we had Tiff here for this one, man.
Right. I'm not perfect by far. But what I do notice, like, she's my biggest critic, but she's also my biggest defender.
supporter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, and so you can take from that what you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm a
dope.
father. I'm a grandfather.
Awesome.
And I'm not the, like I said, I'm not the greatest at being a husband, father. I never had a father, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn on the fly
Yeah.
or whatever. And you know how they say practice make perfect.
Yes, and experience is the best teacher.
You know, and so
absolutely.
and so I got an older son that, you know, me and him, our relationship is rocky or whatever. And so you know, I try to take my experiences from him, and I have two 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
Boys.
I know one thing though. Oh, Tyrone ain't nervous no more.
Not at all.
Shit, Tyrone ain't nervous no more. Goddammit.
He done loosened up.
You done this
So
before.
while you right there, and I got you right there talking up a storm, I need to know one thing, man. So you are the owner of 1518 nightclub.
Yes,
What
sir.
made you decide to open up a club? What makes 1518 stands out amongst the other clubs and bars we have here?
All right. First part of that question. What made me decide to do it? I have no idea.
Was it money or was it?
Well, what
or was-
drove me to do it was so around 2015, I was say late 14. We had I was working that case, and I had my own lawn care service, snow removal business, and I was doubling down that case. And case I had worked my way up to becoming a team lead in case, and I even invented a park for case.
That's dope.
And they had come through and basically, well, I knew the layoff was coming, but the way they did it and then the reaction I seen from people, it was people, who had came from other jobs that wasn't as paying as much for case, but for some reason case had this stigma like you get in case, Johnson, Wax or whatever, you got life made.
Yeah.
Or at least middle class anyway.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people that that be their aim in life around Racine to get in case, Johnson, Wax or whatever. And, but I had a different outlook. I wanted to be the owner of Case or Johnson Wax.
Let's talk about that nightclub.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, it all ties in.
Okay.
And so, like I run into this money or whatever, from my accident. And
So did your accident happen at Case?
no.
Okay.
So when Case laid us off, I sent a bunch of resumes. I had built up a nice resume from working that Case, built up a nice reputation or whatever.
That's what's up.
And so I redid my resume. I shot a bunch. Me and my brother, we shot a bunch of resumes. I shot a resume to a Milwaukee temp agency, but turns out it was a job in what is it? The job I actually got hurt in Rock Hollow, Wisconsin, but I'm trying to think of the home base. The job where I went to, I actually had to drive 7 hours for
Wow.
the interview.
Damn.
I had to get up at like 3 in the morning. It's where was it at? I can't recall the place right now.
Was it in Wisconsin?
Yes, it was up north. It was up north, right?
That was up.
And that's the thing about it, because I'm thinking they hit me back, right? They hit me back, did the little phone thing or whatever, and so they told me where the interview was at, right?
Yeah.
So I look on the map or whatever, I'm like, damn, my wife, she looked, and she like, and she like, you all excited? I'm like, yeah, this is where I can get an apprenticeship, learn how to, I've already done, at this point I had experience welding, I knew how to drive fork trucks, all that other stuff. But at this job, I had a chance to learn how to pour concrete,
Okay.
actually build the buildings.
That's dope.
I was becoming a heavy machine operator. I got hired to be a crane operator. I was in my apprenticeship. I got hurt in my apprenticeship. But it's funny how I got this job. Like, nobody believed I was going to get this job.
What?
My wife, my brother, none of them. They were like, man, you finna drive way up there. And I was like,
So
yeah.
you ain't do none of this shit that these other people be doing, because people kept, I don't mean to cut you off, people kept asking me to go on them strike jobs.
Uh-huh.
I said, man, what the hell I'm going on strike job for? I don't know how to do none of that shit. I ain't want to be one of them memes that they had on Facebook. But the motherfuckers lying so they know how to do the job.
Well,
Just
one
to
thing,
get fired.
this sort of like a funny thing I play back to my grandfather. Like, one thing he always told me, when I go in the company, always look to move up. He
Yes.
said,
Yeah.
when you go into a work, you go into a job, he said, if you want to get better, do better, have better things or whatever, you're going to be able to move up in the company.
Levels.
So you got to go in there and not bullshit and show them that you know how to learn the job. He said, I think the main thing I take away from my grandfather was that integrity.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't catch it in the beginning because, I mean, look at my life, all the stuff I was doing, robbing and stealing,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But I've never stole from my friends, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know, it was that integrity thing that he always told me, like, and he used to say it to me when I was younger, and then when I got older as an adult, I'm like, man, Granddad, what you talking about? And he was like, doing the right thing when nobody is looking.
That's right.
Right.
You know, and that stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what and that's what it's funny because I be looking for that in the business now, people with integrity, so you can, you know, let them do their thing without you having to
babysit and watch everything they
over
do.
it, you know, and so that's proven to be harder than I thought.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But, you know.
Needle in the haystack.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you what's stuck in my head. What's stuck in my head is 1518.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
all right, let's get back to that.
Yeah, let's get to that.
So how I ended up getting the 1518 is I come into this money, right? And I told myself I have no financial education, no financial literacy, understanding. But I knew one thing, is that I had to take and build something that I could leave my kids.
Absolutely. Legacy.
You know, and like actually the 1518 is like an afterthought. I brought the building with Yogi. Yogi had put me up on some tax interim sale properties or whatever that was going for the low.
That's dope.
The 1518 was one of the buildings I brought. It was originally supposed to be like a food hub type thing she wanted to do. But before we could get to building, me and her ended up parting ways, and I linked up with a childhood friend of mine named Jeremy Coker.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we, you know, start getting talking or whatever, and he just was questioning me, like, what you want to do with it, what you want to see out of it or whatever. And I don't know if I kind of got steered that way or whatever. I was just like, an entertainment center, something for the community as abroad to come to, create memories.
Yeah.
Because funny thing is, my first marriage was my wedding reception was at Trey Wynn's.
Wow.
And guess who was my best man?
Oh.
Jeremy.
Your business partner.
Goldie.
Oh, that's dope, man.
Yeah, and it took me and Goldie 3 years to build the 1518.
That's crazy.
We did all the plumbing. The only thing we didn't do was the HVAC. Everything else we did all the plumbing, the electrical, the sections, the bar, all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, doing that, I was trying to create something that my kids would take pride in, something that they would want to be a part of, keep going, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But right now where I'm at with it is showing them how to keep a business going.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, how to, I'm actually in the middle of rebranding the 1518 because we, you know, the way we open it, we kind of got off to, I ain't gonna say a bad start, but, you know, in a direction that I hadn't intended to go in.
Okay.
Just put it, for lack of better words. And so, I understand that a business needs to have longevity to be successful.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
Consistency.
what I'm saying? And so that's how I'm trying to move with the 15, 18, and so I know people see a lot of different things changing and stuff, but it's all in the effort. Number one is to show my kids that we need to keep this business going, get longevity out of it, keep it going long enough so I can pass it down to you guys, so you guys can feed yourself. I try to teach my kids. There's nothing wrong with going and working for somebody else, but I think really to sustain yourself and to sustain your family, to have things here long after you're gone, you need the generational wealth.
That's right.
So quick question then. If I wasn't from here, right, and I came and let's say I just wanted to go to a club here or whatever, what would make 15, 18 stand out amongst every other spot? Why should I come to your
number one,
club?
it's not a bar. It's a lounge entertainment center. It has sections. It has a stage.
Nice.
The space is 6,500 square feet. I have the hugest capacity in Racine, 500 person capacity. I have a kitchen, full kitchen, bar, stage. You know what I'm saying? So it's able to accommodate several, what you call it, events, for lack of a better word. So we can host anything from a wedding reception to birthdays to repasses to anniversaries to an office party.
Right.
So is 15, 18 just a nightclub for people who
it's
don't know?
An entertainment hub. I designed it to be an entertainment hub.
Do you guys cater foods?
Well, we got a reputation for it to be a nightclub for younger people, but that's really not my aim. My aim is to have it a place for the greater Racine to come and create memories. I mean, sort of like how Trade Winds did. I created my memory with my repass. I mean, with my.
I said, damn, you in the afterlife, nigga? What the fuck you doing here?
With the reception and all that. So you just. It's just I just want to have memories there as a kid growing up, not just with my wedding and stuff. And so that's just something that I thought would be neat for the community of Racine. Thought it would be neat for my kids.
Let's jump right back into it, man. So
what
I'm gonna hit you with this, right? What is one big stigma or misconception people may have of you or your business?
Yeah.
The biggest misconception is that I'm hostile or crazy or
I get that a lot.
or that I'm in a gang or I'm a killer.
I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
Yeah, I mean, you name it. I've get so many misconceptions of me, but truth be told, when people get to know me, I always get the thing like, man, when I first heard about you, man, I thought you was, this 10-foot tall guy that was a monster or whatever, but.
It usually takes for a person to get to actually know you and interact with you to realize, like, damn.
I can't say my reputation precedes me.
Okay.
Not intentionally, but it is what it is. I think I'm a cool guy. I think I'm very passionate about what I believe in.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do, and sometimes that come off as being hostile or aggression.
It's compassion, passion.
I'm very passionate.
Yeah. Do you think that type of characteristics sometimes hurt business?
Yeah. Well, like, one thing about me, like what I said, integrity. You know what I'm saying? And so, I have to check myself when I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I have to self-evaluate and have self-accountability.
That's right.
You know, I have to, for as much as I think I know it all or whatever, I still have to check myself
And remain
frequently.
teachable. Yeah.
And one of the things is like with the 15-18, I've had things go on and so it's created this persona that I'm this guy that snap out, spaz out, or whatever. And like I said, I'm a fish out of water with this whole
Right.
Yeah.
entertainment center, club, whatever you want to call it, thing. And so I guess where I would I had to check myself on, because you know I spent 3 years building this thing. I got almost $800,000 into this building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you sitting there and to watch somebody come in and to be disrespectful and just desecrate, you know, your hard-earned work or
Right.
whatever, it's hard to remain professional.
Yes.
You know, and so yes, I've a few times, you know, lost my cool or whatever, but it was all in good intent. You know, I
Right,
never.
right.
You ain't
with
mean
this-
no
with-
harm.
Well, with this, it ain't necessarily that, but well, I think I got an unfair deserved reputation about this whole thing because at the center of it all, like I only aim to keep people safe.
Yes.
You know, they're mad
There we
at
go.
me for
Safety.
There we
first.
go.
Yeah.
you know, when they come in, they go to fighting or whatever, I shut it down right away.
Absolutely.
And so they you know, I got a bad reputation for that, you know, and what they don't understand is like I got a reputation for having a bunch of young people or underage people coming in or shootings or whatever, when the fact of the matter is there's been no shooting there. It's been more shootings at 509 and all the other bars, but they I'm not the
No.
names or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's been shooting at the other taverns around or entertainment centers, whatever you want to call them around there. But it's like the one that me and my daughter have, the 15-18, has the worst reputation. And a lot of it I feel is due to the stigma about me.
Right.
And it's like I'm dragging my
Pass.
baggage,
Yeah.
my baggage, my past, you know what I'm saying, onto the brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and so, and it's unfair to my daughter, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
because it's actually her business. I built
Okay.
it
It's
for
not
her.
fair to the people too. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people that's loyal to the spot. You know what I mean? Like I hear a lot of people say good things about it. Me and my wife attended. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time. I had attended another event that took place there, which was a couple weeks ago, and I enjoyed myself. You know, it was no fights. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody made it in one piece. I ain't see nothing on Facebook the next day talking bad about it. You know what I mean? So I enjoyed myself, and I'm just waiting for the next event to take place, man, because I really don't come out often.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And see, and that's, I want to continue to create that. I want to create a situation where not just young people, older people. I don't know why we got this split
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we got this thing where they feel like young people can't socialize
Mingle
with older
with-
people.
exactly.
Right. I don't understand that. And when the fact of the matter is, I've had older crowds and then younger crowds, and it's the what had got my time taken away with some older people.
Yeah.
It wasn't the young people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And so it was like, okay, and as a business owner, you got to wrestle with, okay, do I cater to this crowd
Yeah.
or this crowd?
Exactly.
And I just say, as a business owner, it shouldn't be like that, because it's not like that with white establishments. It's only the black establishments that we have to cater to this or that
Yeah.
to even see any success, and that's sad. You
It
know?
is. Do you have any special nights like ladies' nights or R&B Tuesdays?
Yep, they're
Okay.
all. I mean, I got an individual by the name of Big Baby now, or
Okay.
Antonio Ware,
Yeah.
who runs it now. I just you know, try to stay out of it as much as I can. Him and my daughter, they run the business. They try to make me cook.
Okay. Play all
that,
positions. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You have to.
And but yeah, I just the main thing I just want to see is, you know, it make it my daughter to be a success.
Absolutely.
And you know, just something for my kids to when I'm dead and gone, they can keep it going.
Yeah.
And build on it. Hopefully, you know.
Right.
So I have a company called Buckley Investments. And that's what I've been, you know, placing all my efforts into building that up. The 1518 is only a part of it.
Okay.
You know? But yeah, I'm finding taking up, you know, 90% of the project at this time.
So you said earlier on that you about to do a rebranding. When you say you finna rebrand, is you finna change the name? Is it finna be under new management or?
What's under new management, rebranding, as far as the type of entertainment we bring.
Yeah.
You know, we try to target a more audience. We're like, what we would like to see is a 25 and up crowd that is mature enough where we all can come in the same building, old school, new school, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And just create memories. You know what I'm saying? And for once, just be for each other. You know, stop being divisive, negative, and just build each other up. Before I opened my business, I used to patronize all the other businesses. I support all the, even after I'm open, I patronize other businesses. I feel it's vital that we all support each other.
That's right.
You know?
So besides, I don't mean to cut you off. So besides your club, what is another go-to spot that you like to go to?
Hot seat.
That I like that.
I mean that you go, you know, if you and your wife want to
You would
step out,
recommend,
that you would, other than
Me
your spot.
personally, I used to like going to 509. You know what I'm saying? I really dig 509. I like Taste of Soul. I like to do all of them. You know, I patronize all of them.
Good answer.
You know, I don't. It's to me, I'm biased. I'm probably not a person you want to ask that because I'll say any black business, especially a small black business,
Right.
Yes.
place to support.
Absolutely.
Period.
Well, I don't know how true it is. I think we about to lose 509, but it's not due to something that I think that happened on their end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just they moving on to other business.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So with that being
Bigger
said,
fish to fry.
no, yeah, you know what I'm, yeah, literally. Nigga
Right.
fish to fry, literally. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, and that crowd may eventually venture over to 1518. So if that was to happen, what is the number one thing you think you can do to ensure that when people do come out to attend your spot that they feel safe and secure?
One of the new things that we've been in agreement with that the city asked us to do is block off our back parking lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so in doing that, we don't create this this traffic that we can't control.
Right.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so I wondered why was the parking lot.
So it's so blocking the back parking lot off is solely aimed at safety.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if we got people, when they come, they see that it's not a bunch of cars back there. People are not hanging by their cars. You know how you get all the movements, people
Right.
doing stuff they ain't got to do.
Right.
And that just creates to the how can I say it, the aura or the vibe of it when you come.
Yeah.
And if you see a bunch of niggas in the parking lot,
Lot pimping.
Yeah, right. Come on, let's get in here. These niggas,
Right.
They're finna
Yeah.
start shooting, you know what
For
I'm saying?
real.
And so, you know, now when you come, you see the parking lot. It's a few cars back there, but it's mainly open or whatever. I got more lighting,
Good.
plenty cameras.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we just try to create a vibe that's second to none. You know what I'm saying? And we're a work in progress. You know,
Right.
For the inquiring minds, you know, I took I basically took my nest egg and I took a risk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I took a risk, and I'm if I had to do it all over again, I'll still do it.
I know that's right.
I did this for my kids, you know, and so not all of them. You know, I mean, you know, not all your kids tune in. But
Yeah.
I'm thankful, man. I'm blessed that I have one that does, and she gets it. And you know, that's my daughter, Shaka Shaquila.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Right. And
So, riddle me this then, right? So, any event that 509 closes down, you know what I'm saying? What do you think you could and should do better to increase the amount of people to come out and patronize 1518?
you said, what can I do?
What could you do and what should you do?
Well, with that, we got top 10 that open back up, right? And
Yeah.
So right now we're just kind of bracing to see how the crowd moves, because to be honest, if I didn't own 1518, I would have been out of business. You know, if I had to rely on the public patronizing me and to keep me afloat. So with that being said, I mean, we're waiting. We don't know if they're gonna come. One thing I can tell you is we don't want the underage and young crowd.
Right.
You know, I'm 50. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not trying to create nothing that is, you know what I'm saying? It has the reputation now for being a place for young people to come. And although I welcome young people to come and patronize, I don't want it to have a reputation for that. I want it to have a reputation for anybody could come.
Right.
I want people to know it's safe there.
Right.
There's plenty cameras there. Like, you know, ain't nobody finna do nothing there that I don't know. I just think we got an undeserved reputation, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. Because I think we're one of the most safest bars from all the places I've been. And I know I keep saying bar, but that's what everybody calls it. But I want it to be more of like a, you know, just an entertainment center. You know, like I said, for just different events for the community as a broad. I like for other races to come too. You know, not just black.
Right.
I don't want it to be known solely as a black-owned business.
Yeah.
Right.
So
because that's hurt me in the past.
Yeah. So if I want to throw a party or some type of event, how would I go about doing that?
We have a website. We have a Facebook page called the 1518 Lounge and Grill, I believe it is. Antonio IMU Ware on Facebook. He's the guy that manages and runs the 1518. They can reach out to him for booking information and whatever other needs they might find they need to do at the 1518.
Right.
Okay.
So what food do they serve at 1518? You never answered that.
Well, right now,
my boy kind of hungry, man. He want to know what kind of food you got in that joint, man.
Nah, you know, I be in
we
Racine.
serve black people's.
You know,
favorite
you can't find
chicken.
no food. Right. You know, you can't find no food around here after like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, man.
Well, I want to say this. So. I want to put this out there first. Our kitchen stays open till 1 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Open, the latest open kitchen in the town.
Okay.
Out of the bars. Right now, we're in between cooks. They got me cooking.
Yeah.
I don't want to do no more than chicken and fries.
But so you telling me you ain't got no J, you don't got no Jan Roro in the kitchen? No Jan Roro in the kitchen.
Hey, they gonna get back with me.
Okay.
I'm waiting on Jay and Roro to get back with me.
We need a Jan Roro in the kitchen. We get this motherfucker jumping for real, man. Get that old fish in there, them po' boys.
Yeah.
So you make chicken and fries.
Yeah, I mean, not to toot my horn.
Okay, I'm listening.
Popeye.
I cook a variety of things, but we was just looking at kind of the science of it. You know what sells best, what can
Right,
serve
supply and demand.
is, you know, consistently.
Yeah.
And
You
keep the
can't
customer
miss with
base.
chicken and fries.
So chicken, you know, chicken
Okay.
burgers. you
With
know,
that being said, you make burgers, right?
yes.
If you had a signature burger, if you could make your own burger, what would you call it and what would be on it?
Ooh, child.
Stack it up. We need to know.
Or as my boy say,
You
what
in the
type of
kitchen.
lettuce
What kind of
from
bun?
overseas or
would it
something?
be
What kind of bun?
I think that's an unfair question.
What would you call it?
Because I'm actually trying to get off me.
Oh, so then plant based.
Vegan? What you going?
going vegan?
Veggie? What you want?
It would be a plant based.
Okay. That's a
burger.
first. You IV first.
Yeah, all natural.
Okay.
Type thing.
That's
If I wanted to represent me. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And again, as my boy would say, what kind of bun?
What it do? What it do? Make me want to eat this veggie burger.
Yeah, well, of course it would be a brochet bun.
Okay. A all shiny and
Maybe
stuff.
sesame seed. You know, because the things that that now like my passion.
Yes.
Other
Right.
people like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I'm into
Somebody gonna like it.
right, I'm into the avocado,
Yes.
the
Man, I
olive
need that.
oils, the
Yeah.
you know, the different seeded fruits and stuff. Like
Healthy
that.
eating,
Yeah,
yep.
I need the
roots
hood
like
burger.
ginger. I love
Yeah.
ginger.
Yeah.
I can drink
It's
ginger
great
straight.
for
I
you.
don't want
No, I ain't
Yes.
drinking no ginger straight.
Yeah.
Right, so I was
Hey.
it burn like but
Yeah,
I want
you-
so much
you
of
get
it
used
burn.
to it.
You bad boy, but goddamn, I ain't
All
doing
that
that.
stuff that tastes bad is good for you.
So, if you had a chance to have your own rap snacks,
Rap snacks.
what would you call them? What would be the flavor? See, we
Yes.
we trying to get a check here, man. We trying to get we trying to get some money,
We
man.
need
People
them.
might be watching this thing,
Yeah.
man.
What's up with them
Rap
snacks?
snacks.
Yeah.
Rap snacks,
Rap snacks.
the T-Bone way or the Tyrone Buckley way. How we getting these and what
is it?
flavor?
Is they gonna be chicken wing flavored with some French fry salt? Like, hold on.
So mine more or less would be like a fruit or like
A fruity bag of chips?
Fruity Pebbles.
No, well, it would be like when you said rap snack. So
We talking
I
about the
get-
chip.
Chip.
You know the
Or it gotta
chip,
be
the
a
rap
chip.
snap
Where
chip.
that bag at?
Yeah.
Why I gotta be-
You thinking about a fruit snack, boy. Maybe you a little hungry too, baby boy.
But I'm not into that.
I
though.
know.
So like I
Everybody
really
got
You
couldn't
wouldn't be able
have
to answer that.
Okay.
Right, I wouldn't have a.
He gonna make some
answer
fruit
that.
chips.
You gotta ask him which
dried
one
apples.
is. You gotta ask him something different.
Okay.
You gotta ask him cognac or cognac or
I don't
tequila.
need chips.
Wait, what?
Hey, cognac or tequila?
He kind
Oh, that's a good one.
Cognac.
Yeah.
Cognac or tequila?
Cognac. Even though y'all got
Cognac, but you been over here fucking up this man.
That boy been over there tearing that vodka off.
Hey, man. He been knocking that old
bad
buck off.
boy.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, we had our first bathroom
Hey.
break on set.
That is
So I
And the
will say
first
this
vegan
though,
burger.
man. I will say this though, right? Just to get the people to come out, you know what I'm saying, and so that they understand your character. I made a call to you. This is what I like about you, and this is why I fucks with 1518. I made a call to you, and I'm not gonna say exactly what we talked about, but when I made that call, you took that constructive criticism and said, hey, listen, everything that you say, I'm working on doing it, and there's gonna be some changes. So the next time you come out, it'll be different.
Yeah.
And that right there made me say, you know what, man, I'm fucking with 1518
Absolutely.
because anytime you can make a phone call and somebody hear you out, because a lot of times people don't give a fuck about what type
I
of
don't wanna hear
experience
that
that you
shit.
probably had at
You
their
talking
spot.
Right.
Like, what makes you different
Fuck
than
you think
anybody
you
else?
need.
You know what I'm saying? But I know how much money we spent, and I'm like, you know, we came out to have a good time. We had a good time, but I'm like, well, this could have been better.
Right.
And
There's
man,
always room for
And see,
improvement.
that's like those are one of my pet peeves. Is being conscious of providing good service because I know I expect good service.
Absolutely.
Like I know like when I go to places, I tip good. I tip good. So I expect
The same.
best service.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So now I find myself in those shoes, have to providing that same service, and so I try to be on my staff as much as you can about doing this. It's the small things that count and make a person feel welcome.
Absolutely.
And things like that. And what I mean by that, like if I know somebody in there that's of a different ethnicity or whatever,
Right.
I'll try to play a song or something that they can relate to while they're
diversity.
eating food. You're right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just being diverse and you have to be successful.
Okay. So before we go get up out of here, man, again, if you had to use this opportunity to tell the people why they should come out and patronize 1518.
They should come and patronize it for several reasons. One, most importantly, it's going to be a place where y'all can build happy memories with not just your friends, your kids, your husband, your mother, your father.
Yeah.
You do all type of birthday events, anniversary, wedding receptions, everything. So it's a hub for the greater Racine to come. We've never had it before. We've never had a place this size for us to come and patronize. I'm trying to wash away the stigma of the young people thing. I say this to the older people, they are our future.
Yeah.
So you can't get away from them. Come and let's all, create memories together and this to be something that goes on for years, It's a place for you to come, relax after a hard day work, watch the game,
Talk your shit.
Yeah.
Watch entertainment, karaoke.
That's
Just
dope.
come, let your hair down, be who you want to be, no judgment. We welcome to any and everybody to come. And it's not a black-owned establishment. It's just an establishment.
Absolutely.
And just like that.
When is karaoke?
Wednesday.
And just like that, y'all, it's a motherfucking rap. Thank y'all for tuning in to No Other Way, y'all, Media Podcast. Yeah.